and welcome again to airgunweb.com. My name is Rick Utzler, and I'm glad that you can join us again today. Here at airgunweb.com, we've had the opportunity to look at a lot of very unique airguns. Few airguns, however, have generated as much correspondence as this particular item. I'm talking about the Gamo Viper Express air shotgun. Let's go ahead and take a close-up look at this gun.
The Gamo Viper Express shotgun is a very unique air rifle. It has a smoothbore barrel versus a grooved rifled barrel. This allows the shot to maintain a tighter pattern. It's got a front bead sight and no rear sight, so it is very much like shooting a regular shotgun. This particular version has the composite stock with the rubberized insets. It does make for a very comfortable stock. It is actually quite comfortable to use and to shoot. The gun's very, very light. I had a real trouble trying to get used to that front bead, so I went ahead and mounted that red dot scope, which really did help. It's got it's got the shotgun look. It really those vents are there for show, but it does maintain a nice line on the gun. It's a very good looking little rifle. Gamo uses their standard trigger that they use with everything. This seemed a little bit smoother than most Gamos I run into. I don't know if Gamo is changing a few things, but it was adequate for what we're trying to do here. The rifle allows you to shoot either 22 pellets or shot shells. The 22 pellet requires that little brass inset, and it's pretty simple. You put that in and then put your pellet in there, and that will fire a 22 pellet. The shot shells are plastic. They hold very tiny shot, and they have a pretty decent pattern. That's the shot shell. When you're using that, you take the brass insert out and simply replace it with a shot shell, and you're ready to go.
Well, that certainly wasn't the kind of grouping I was hoping for. In fact, this isn't the first time I've seen this happen with the Viper Express. The first Viper Express we got in blew out a breech seal after about 200 shots. We had to send it back to Gamo. This is the replacement, and now I've maybe put 100 pellets through this rifle, and the breech seal again, and this time it hasn't broken, but it's actually just blowing out the front of the gun. What this seal does is it sits right on the end of the transfer port, so when your barrel comes down, it makes an airtight connection. That way, the pressure that's generated by the spring and the piston gets pushed all the way down the barrel, and if you have any leaks around that seal, you're going to lose velocity and accuracy. I'm going to show you a close-up now of what's happening with this gun. Obviously, I can't continue this review, and since this is the second time it's happened, I'm inclined to just send this whole thing back to Gamo and tell them they need to go back to the drawing board. I'll tell you that if the gun could actually stay together and not fall apart, it has a lot of potential. Before this happened, before I started shooting the video, I had resolved that the Crosspin hollow point premiers were the best pellet. I was getting about half-inch groups at 10 yards. I was very happy with the gun. Of course, I set the camera up, and yet again, the gun does this to me. So let me go ahead and show you what that seal is looking like right now, and we're going to call it a wraps for today. Obviously, at this point, I'm not going to be able to recommend the Gamo Viper Express as a decent 22 caliber air gun. Until Gamo resolves this issue with the breech seal, I would certainly put this on my pass list for now. Maybe when they get me one that works and we can actually do a full review, really run it through its paces and really test it, that may change, but for now, we're going to set this on the side. Again, I want to say a thanks to the folks over at Pyramid Air for providing this rifle. And I also have to give credit to Gamo because I know once they see this, they're going to have a team of engineers working to solve this problem. And I also know that their customer support is top notch. So when I send this back to them, they're going to be Johnny on the spot getting this thing resolved. So rest assured, even though that there's an issue with the gun, I know these guys are going to jump on it and get it fixed. My name is Rick Utzler with airgunweb.com. Thanks again for joining us today, and definitely stay tuned because the new year's got a lot of new reviews coming.